Yeah, but it's like it's really like if your marketing is on point, everything else like will work out, because then you're like, whether or not it's like your product should be good for sure, but if your marketing is good, you're convincing people that this is what they need. So they're therefore going to be happy with what they get. You know what I mean?
And your brand should reflect your beliefs.
Yeah.
And like in our aspect, you know, like it should reflect Christ in your business.
Yeah.
But in the sense too of your belief, meaning like this product does work.
Yeah.
And it's best to sell a product out of, or to create, like if you're doing online courses and stuff, it's best to do that product based off of something you actually know. Because if you're creating, say, like a course on some random thing that you don't know anything about, but hey, I looked it up on Google, I looked it up on ChatGPT, and this is what it said, and now I'm teaching people, and it doesn't work for you at all, don't make that a course and fool people into doing it. Like, one, like, you're going to reap what you sow. So maybe if you're reaping financially well in the moment, people are going to catch on. Hey, this is a piece of junk course. This is a piece of junk product.
But then again,
don't do this again.
I don't want to say that that's all bad, because that's not all bad, because people sometimes don't have skills, like any skills sometimes when they're like starting out and they haven't developed anything. And AI is so great now with everything that you can do. And you don't necessarily need to know a crap ton about the subject that you are selling on, like for an online course situation, because AI does the heavy lifting for you and will actually convey a good product for someone to use and buy and then input into their situation. And it's like they're just buying the outcome. They're not even buying the product for the person. They're buying that outcome that they want.
Yeah, and
which is what AI provides sometimes. So it's like
what I was mentioning was the fact that like some people just copy and paste really quick on a short prompt, and like you don't want to do that. You want to spend the time like proofreading everything.
I think
and
it's
then
like it's really just like you have to do your research. You know, you could become an expert on something pretty quickly if you're just like 10 steps ahead of someone, or like a step ahead of someone, not 10 steps, a step ahead of someone. You know more than they do, and therefore can teach them something that they had no idea about. So if you know one more thing than someone else, you can sell to the people below you in that concept or whatever. So it's like, you know, that's the thing. It's like you can literally start a business out of nowhere. Like literally out of nowhere. You just have to be one step ahead of someone. You just have to have one product that someone else would want.
Yeah.
And know who your target market and audience are.
Yeah. And you really have to just focus on like, is this valuable? Is it right? And you have like, it comes back to communication. Like everything is interconnected when it comes to your business. Everything has something to do with something else. And the value, the marketing, the way you convey, the way you communicate, the people you're going to, the like even yourself, it's all important, because if it's not put out there, people won't know about you. You know, your marketing isn't just a message, it's a method. You know, it's a way you get things out. It's a vehicle to get people to your course. Whatever the type of course it is, whatever the type of product it is, you could start an e-commerce business and you could do print on demand. And, you know, like, yeah, sure, you're using the same stuff as someone else, but it's your designs. You know, it's something you created, something you made, and you put it together. And because you did it, because it connects with someone in some kind of way, it serves a purpose for somebody, someone will want it, you know? But if it's just a piece of junk, no one's going to take it. What's the point of it, you know? And that's where it comes down to, like, you reap what you sow. If you sow generously, if you spend the time, if you are diligent, if you research, if you do all these things, whatever the circumstance, if you are on top of it, you will reap what you put in, you know?
Yeah. And anybody today can become an entrepreneur. Anybody. It's really not that hard to start your own business in today's society. Like it's a lot of, like, a lot of people think this is really difficult to do, like and it is to actually, like,
client-based stuff could be really difficult.
Yeah,
like,
client-based stuff,
person-to-person stuff.
Yeah, it could be difficult, but it's like with actually starting like an online business and starting to sell something like a course, anybody could do it. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but I'm saying anybody can do it. It's like every single time I heard this thing, every single time you post on Instagram or social media, it's like you are putting out a free lottery ticket, basically. And if you are lucky, or I don't want to say lucky, but if, let's just say it reaches the right people, like, you are going to blow up. Like, you will blow up with, like, whatever that is you're doing. And it's like you're just trying to reach the right people.
Yeah.
And you're in a sea. You know what's great about social media and like selling online is that you don't have to do most of the heavy lifting as long as you are making content for your target audience, because the algorithm does that for you. So it's like the algorithm finds people who are interested in your content, you know, and then from there it's like, oh, hey, this person was interested, so this person must be interested, and that person must be interested, and that person must be interested, and so on. And it's like, it's really just about what you put out there and the message you convey to people and why they should buy something from you, and they will buy, you know. And it's like anybody could start this. It's really not that hard. It's free to get started. Like, you could literally do this for free.
A certain AI can bring out at like PhD level information from different fields, like from all sorts of different fields.
Yeah.
You know, like,
well,
it can.
Just AI in general searches everything.
AI pulls things from the internet, from information from everywhere, whether, whether it's a brick and mortar shop that went online or if it's an online marketing course or something like that. Like, there's a whole bunch of different things that it pulls from, and that's how it extracts its information. So a lot of it is very truthful, and that's where it is like some AI engines are 100% on it. They use like a specific algorithm to collect only real information, and there's certain AI engines, and I'm not going to name them, but there's certain AI engines that pull from everything, and some of it is like you need to proofread it to make sure that it's fine, and that's why it's like you need to be very careful about certain things and like diligent and understand the true craft and study it. And you could still do it really fast. It's just the fact that you need to read through it and make sure, like, hey, does this line up with everything else? Like, is this true? You know?
Yeah. And we had a episode too, like a few weeks back on AI, and like, because a lot of people, I feel like, are concerned about AI being demonic or AI being like just not.
No,
good.
I mean, AI is just a tool. It's not.
So if you want to go look at that, it's like a few weeks back. But,
like we were talking about how it's just a tool, and it's not something that people should be afraid of. It's something that should be utilized in some capacity, especially with how fast. If you want to be competitive in the online market, you kind of have to use AI to some degree.
Yeah, even with just the home service industry, the just brick and mortar industry, AI is taking over everything in terms of marketing for these companies.
Well, even
like
on social media, you have Meta AI, and you go on Google, you got Gemini, and you got like this other AI for another software, and it's like, all right, like everything right now that we utilize every day typically has AI involved. You know, and literally, like, if you're gonna get into it, you gotta understand. If
you're just doing a basic search, you're using it's now AI. Like AI.
It's like
overview.
You gotta get with the program here. Like, keep up. If you don't keep up, the train's not gonna stop for you. You gotta hop on when it's open. So, you know, like, when it comes down to your business, though, you should really show your faith in it. You know, like, your business should reflect your faith. You know, it should reflect the fact that you trust, that you have hope, and in the same essence, if you're teaching somebody something, if you have something that someone needs, they should feel the same way about your product. You know, because if you don't even feel that way about your product, why should someone else? You know, if you don't have that for yourself, how is someone else going to have it for something you're offering them?
I think the best way, for marketing your business in today's society, the best way in today's world is to literally put yourself online. Whether it's your business, put your business online. Even if you're trying to make money online, put your business online. Like, there's things you need to do. Obviously, you need your Google My Business profile. You need a website. you need an Instagram page, you need a Facebook page.
Yeah, you need to be strategically visible.
Yeah, sometimes you need a TikTok page. Like, it just, like, you need to be visible for people, and then you also need to be putting yourself out there on why they need your service or your product.
Yeah,
and
in a way, you have to stop. You have to stop caring, and not in the sense that you don't care about your product, you don't care about the person buying it, but you have to stop caring about being embarrassed. Yeah. You know, you can't just, like, because obviously, like, nothing's ever gonna be truly perfect. You know what I mean?
Because, dude, like, this sometimes is very embarrassing for us because people see us in person.
You're like, dang, did they really see me in that?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Or like, did I look too awkward on this? Like, does my voice sound okay? Does this, you know, are they going to take me seriously? And it's like, so what if they do? Someone might.
It doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's a little cringy sometimes. Yeah, it's embarrassing. But in a few years, like, you know, if you're making money and if you're doing something that they're not doing, then it's all worth it. You know what I mean?
I think a good example is like influencers, how like at least 5-10 years ago, like people were like, you're an influencer, so you're trying to be an influencer. And then it's like, look at that person now. If they continued on that path, they might be that person making $100,000 a month kind of influencer. Mm-hmm. Who knows? But there's like, I think also, like, if you are going to get started, respect the people that are in the market too.
Mm-hmm.
Don't start roasting other people just because you're insecure. You know, like that's a no-go, and that's probably going to be the demise of your own business if you keep that mentality. You should look for things, then look for the holes and gaps in someone else's product that you know you could bring. So say like you do, you know,
see, that's another good marketing
look for the things
too.
That people aren't doing, but you know people need, and that's why it's important to have the skill and the knowledge of certain things, is because you could find the gaps when you're trained up in it.
Or if it's like a home service business, a regular service business, whatever. Look for something that you could provide on top of what other people are already providing, and do it for like the same price as what they are charging, but provide more value, value and stuff, and like, and it'll make things
giving even more value, or micro niching, like focusing on something very specific, because like, say like you look at Facebook ads, right? And a lot of Facebook ads courses can be like, oh yeah, just do this and it'll work. And it's like, that's not always true. And sometimes they don't even teach you the important part. Like I know like setting up a pixel is kind of, and parameters can be a bit of a challenge. And most of the courses that I've seen haven't even showed that. And that's a huge gap that people need, you know. And sometimes the YouTube videos, you can't understand the people on them. So you need something that's clear in someone's language.
And I think if you're starting a business, an online business, look for the very specific, hyper niched things, problems that you can solve, and solve those problems, because there's a specific audience that is just waiting for you to solve their issue or their problem that many people don't talk about. And it's like, if you think about it too, there are, you know, sure, there's like, you could sell a course on how to lose weight, but that's literally
it's too generic, and there's like a billion people selling the same exact thing.
Yeah, like how to lose weight for women, how women could lose weight, whatever. How to
lose weight if you have hyper or hypothyroid issues or something like that.
So if you want to do something like, but if you want to hit the nail on its head, and like find those people that are willing to buy your product, and find lots of those people that are willing to buy your product, say something like how to lose weight for like postpartum moms or something. Like how to, and I know that was like an example that was used before, but it's like, that's just a really good example for like this. It's like how to lose weight for postpartum moms after giving birth. Like literally, that is so specific, and that will literally make that mom feel like she could lose the weight.
Yeah, and the fact that you have the information that someone else has, you're the only one by technicality that has the information someone needs, so they're going to go with you. Yeah. They trust you because you have all the information that they're in.
And you're on camera, you're putting yourself out there, you're putting information out there, you're putting free information out there. That's a big one too, because most of the time when you see videos online, they're doing those things for free. Like, influencers are doing a lot of videos for just free when they're starting out. And even in general, most of their videos, they don't make really much money off of it.
Because
they're
the
working
Instagram
towards payouts or whatever.
Yeah, because they're working towards credibility. They're looking towards
credibility and a goal
Yeah.
of like, oh, hey, well, a brand on this other video, though, a brand will pay me like $10,000 to post this.
Because
and
they saw you doing the
yeah,
other
and
one.
because they saw all of these other videos that proved credibility and made sense and made people convinced that they need to trust that person. Now, when a brand is having that person sell a product for them, all of those people are going to want to go buy that product because they're like, oh, shoot, I just saw her talk about this and it was really good. And now I trust that she has the right output on this product, and they go buy it. And it's the same thing with selling a digital product, because now
you're selling with intention.
You're selling with intention, and you're like, okay, yeah, like this video isn't the convincer of like buy my course, but because you're providing free information to people, they're like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I trust that. And next time they put something out there that's like, this is a course on how you could achieve this right now, then people are like, oh, okay, I want to go buy that right now because I need it.
Your social media is part of your funnel, and some people might not know what a funnel is, but a funnel is basically something that gets people into that buying process. And having your free videos, having that information that people are looking at, it's like it catches someone's attention. Maybe they click on your profile from there. Oh, I'm going to check out their videos. Oh, wait, they got a link in their bio. Let me check that link out. Oh, that link actually has a lot of great information.
Yeah.
And there you go. Like
you're convinced that you need it because you trust them. And like you're like, shoot, like if they got this result for themselves or someone else, then I can get that result for myself or someone else, whatever you're doing. Yeah. And so the same thing goes for regular home service businesses, brick and mortar businesses. You are selling, you may not be on camera all the time or whatever, but your business is what you're doing for like someone is. They're like, oh, I really like how those windows came out. You know what? I think I need my windows done too. Or if they're already looking for their windows to be done, they're going to see that online and be like, oh, that great. I already needed a window cleaner. Now they have a deal. I'm going to book them. Yeah. You know, so
customer loyalty.
Yeah. So it makes sense.
And dude, word of mouth references do mean a lot. If someone really likes your craft, if someone like the window cleaning example, like you could do such a great job and someone's like, I haven't seen these windows that clean since I first installed them. Yeah. You know, like that kind of issue. And then they go tell their friends. Told you, right? Yeah. And then they go tell their neighbor, they go tell their friend, and they're like, you get a call, hey, I want this service, you know, or that person checks your stuff out, and then they book or they buy, that kind of thing. Word of mouth is still valuable. So don't forget about, you know, person to person. If you have interactions with people and you know that it's a topic that is necessary, whether it's growing businesses, whether it's home services, online things, if you know someone needs it, don't be afraid to talk about it. Sure, it might be embarrassing for
connections or everything when it comes to this stuff. Like honestly, like for our when we first started working with clients and stuff like that, like that is how we got like someone to work with us, is because somebody knew somebody and was like, oh yeah, I provide this, you know what I mean, or this person provided this for me and I really like what they've done, you know what I mean? And so therefore they want us to do theirs as well, because they like how the other, like they trust their friend or their consultant or their business partner, and they're like, oh, I like that, so I want it done for myself too. Or me, I'm just super, like, I'll tell everybody, I'm very talkative and I'm very just like, connections are everything. So it's like just saying, like texting someone, hey, I'm starting this business or I'm doing this or like whatever. And then them being like, oh, well, actually, I actually needed a website. Like, you know, I'm actually starting this business and I need a website. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Or I need to learn how to do this for my business. Yeah. Do you know how to do it?
Yeah. Or I need to learn how to do this for my business. Can you help me with that? Or like whatever. And you teach them something, or you sell a course to them, or like whatever. And it's like, that is how you build authority and you build trust. And then if you have a few people trusting you, then their testimonies, their credibility is everything to help
Yeah.
build you and propel you and to get more customers or clients or whatever business.
Because when it
people.
comes to communication, again, like communication isn't just about talking and pushing the word out. And that can get you pretty far, but it's not everything. You have to listen to the pain points. You have to listen to what people need.
Yeah.
And so like sometimes it takes that little bit of listening, and that's how you find the gaps. That's how you develop more strategies to build something that people really want, you know?
Yeah, you have to find the gaps in your industry, whatever that is. Find what people need and do a darn good job at putting yourself out there. And it's so embarrassing to put yourself out there, and it's hard, but entrepreneurship was meant for people that are willing to take risks.
Yeah.
And if you're not willing to take a risk, then entrepreneurship isn't for you, because it's about literally like
It's walking
willing
in faith,
to
essentially.
walking in faith, and you're kind of willing to lose what you had before in terms of, well, for some people, because if you worked at a company or whatever and now you're quitting your job to go start this business, it's like you're really trusting that you're gonna make that money.
That's why you have to be strategic, because if you if you quit your job, I guess you could say cold turkey, just out of nowhere, you know what I mean? And you have no idea where you're going to start. You have no money in your account. Like that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
But say like you kind of want to get started into new business.
Yeah.
Keep that 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I always encourage people, keep that 9 to 5 and start building it slowly. Start developing the real traits, and then you can do it, you know.
Walk in faith, though. That was a really important point. It's like you don't always know what you're going to be doing, how you're going to do it. But if it doesn't look like all great right now, just always trusting God through it. Like trusting God when it looks like, when it's working out and when it's not working out. And even like last night, I was talking with my Bible study people, and like we were talking about how it's like we tend to trust God, or we tend to rely on God when everything's like really difficult and everything's hard, and we need him, and it's really difficult. Like your life is just crap.
And then you lose sight of him when it's great.
Yeah, like your life's falling apart, but it's like when you're literally like fine and happy, you forget, like, and you forget to trust him and put your faith in him, and to just rely, like to just go to him basically and praise him for that, for getting you through that and for walking through that. So it's like walk in faith no matter what, when you are in those valleys and when you're on those mountaintops, and trust that if you don't see the big picture right now, it's okay, because God's like working that out for you. You know what I mean? It's like we only see a small part of like what we're in right now and what we're dealing with right now, but he sees everything. He sees the big picture, and it's okay. Like, it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be embarrassed. It's okay to fail online. It's okay to make embarrassing videos. It's okay. Just remember that if you want this, you're going to have to go for it. Mm-hmm. You will. So
if you wanted to, you would.
If he wanted to, he would. No, I'm just kidding. No, seriously though, like if you wanted to, you would. And for some people it's easier said than done, and easier for others, but if you want this bad enough, if you want to succeed in whatever business, whatever avenue you're going down, put yourself out there.
Talking about it is one thing, but action is a whole other topic.
Yeah.
You know? 'Cause I'm not going to believe a thing you say unless you're actually applying it.
Yeah.
You know, and that I think that also translates into, you know, online marketing, online business. Like if you don't trust your own stuff, how am I supposed to trust your stuff?
Yeah,
you
and
know?
here's another thing that you can do that's kind of like, I don't want to say like unpopular, but tell people like that you know about your business, and have them follow you, and have, as long as it's people that would be interested.
Smart about who you talk about.
Yes, but people
you know?
that would be interested in your stuff, and have people comment on your posts, and have people
boost your algorithm, dude.
Because like honestly, like it does make a difference. And when you're starting out, it's kind of like it's rough out there. It really is. It's
Mhm.
rough. Like, we know it's tough.
You're running against the wind.
You are, and